Welcome to Solon, gentlemen. So my name's Moloch, and this is an early game start guide to playing as the man, the myth, the mask-faced meme king, and the only character in this entire game who can make metal magic worth using, Balthasar Gelt. Say hello. There you go. So, this guy is the most fun general the Empire has, but he's also got almost the most challenging start position behind Marcus Wolfhart, but no one counts Marcus Wolfhart because he's Scottish. So let's have a look at what makes it challenging. Really, it's all about the neighbourhood that Balthasar Gelt has decided to make home. So immediately you start out with this little sort of punching bag greenskin faction. They are there basically for you to mess about, murder, and generally just gain experience and money against. No problem at all. But down south, there are, hidden away in these mists, much more significant greenskins in the form of Grimgor's Art Boys. And then over here you've got Wurzag. And over here you've got Azag, but he doesn't really become a factor anytime soon. More pressingly, you have the Vampire Counts. Now these are the kind of neighbours who throw wild parties, staying up all night, and they have lots of attractive women hanging around, but if you start to like hang out with them for the night, well, it's not that much party in the end, and you'll wind up needing a doctor the next day. So you don't want to interact with them straight away. You certainly don't want to interact with them straight away, but they're sooner or later going to be coming for you anyway, and that's what makes this challenging. He's got a relatively defensible position here on the frontiers of the Empire, but that's not to say that you can take it lightly. Now, some certain tips to do with warfare here to start you out before I show you the first battle. You want to actually avoid warfare with the Vampire Counts and with Grimgor's Art Boys, at least until you've got a couple of stacks of decent troops, ideally with some huntsmen and Hellstorm rocket batteries, decent artillery basically. The reason for that is both of them can bring lots of stacks with lots of monsters. Now, fighting the Vampire Counts is going to be almost unavoidable because they're going to go straight through Averland and Stirland almost immediately. So you will wind up fighting them before you wind up fighting Grimgor's Art Boys, if you're lucky. Because Grimgor's Art Boys are far worse, because if they declare a war, they will have very soon double-sized stacks, which unless you have lightning strike or you're able to ambush them, you'll have to fight in full every time, and they might send more than one stack towards you. So good luck with that, because 2 times 2 you're winding up with 4 if they send 2 armies there and they're both wild armies. And bear in mind, even if they declare a war to Karazak-Arak, which they normally will do first, they're still going to throw them at you if you go to war with them. So don't go to war with Grimgor's Art Boys early. I've done it. It sucks. Okay? The only way I got through it is by bringing my A+ game to every single battle and getting a hell of a lot of luck. I lost settlements. I had to take them back, and it turned into a massive war of attrition. I eventually won it, but it wasn't worth the stress. Obviously, I'm talking about legendary difficulty here. It can be easier for you if you're playing on the easier difficulties, but I set legendary as the benchmark because everything's easier than that. So we're going to start out with one of the first 3 battles. So what you want to do is fight 2 battles against this army, and then you'll fight this army. So we're going to go in here, no recruitment, fight them with this. Obviously that looks auto-resolvable, but you'd be stupid to do that. So we're going to fight this manually. Okay, so crap magic, great start. That's always good to see when you've got a spellcaster. But the way to go ahead with this is we are going to go into a corner, and it's really going to be about your missile troops here. So the Outriders, I don't really use Outriders past the early game, but at this stage they're actually really, really useful. We're going to put great swords there, we're going to put swordsmen there, we're going to put spearmen there, we'll let them go there. Balthasar Gelt can go there and work his magic. And what we're going to be using these Outriders to do in early battles is try and lure units around so they don't join up in the battle straight away, and thereby you can separate them and take armies apart piecemeal rather than having to fight them all at once. You definitely don't want to be fighting armies all at once, even small ones like this, because the objective is always to win well, not just win. So you want to have as few casualties as possible so that you're always prepared for the next army. Now over here you've got the Goblin Spider Riders. You don't want to be taking them on straight away because they're almost as fast as your Outriders.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
As you can see, we're already creating some space between one part of the army and the rest of it. So they're rushing to catch up, that's okay. This unit's lagging behind, the general's lagging behind. That is great. We want that. I'm going to aim for the Goblin Archers in this lot because they'll do more damage than the Goblin Spearmen. And we want to shoot the crap out of them, basically. Those Goblin Spearmen are eating the majority of the shots, but that's okay. I did forget one thing. We're supposed to be corner camping, so let's head back. We've still got time. The archers have turned around and messed with us. The general's using his projectile spell. That's all fine. Not worried about that. In the end, while I might be aiming for the Goblin Archers primarily, all of this is good. We're doing what we need to do. This can be a bit slow and steady in these early battles, but it's what you've got to do if you want to minimise your casualties. So let's get these Goblin Archers to turn back around again so we can start shooting them in the back and stop getting shot by them.
At speed.
Sod off, you little green bastards.
To battle.
This is fine. If they're going to follow us around, that means they're going to be even slower to get into the battle.
Quick march.
And these three units here are going to be at the mercy of the mortars and the crossbowmen.
Prepare for combat.
We got them in skirmish mode. I don't actually like skirmish mode, but
Mortar!
it just means that I don't have to babysit them quite as much. Okay. That's fine. We'll move away from them again now.
Take the ground.
Okay, the Spider Riders are coming across, so we're going to go over to there. Let them chase us, it's fine. Let's have a look at the speed. So we've got 84 speed. They have 78 speed. So we're faster. But you don't want to take that for granted. Just drag them around. We have the quality advantage here. They're coming around to over here for some reason, that's fine. Start hitting them with some Searing Doom. Bring them round to there now.
By my will alone. March! Get them! Crossbowmen!
We might as well bring these round to the side here. I'm gonna drop that on there.
I am master of Shabbat.
There you go.
For
They're
help
taken
and
care of, so
armor!
let's bring them back.
Armed and ready! Go!
Get Gelt back out front.
Speed!
We're not worried about wiping them out entirely because we want to fight a second battle against them. Okay.
We are ready! Shields
We do want everyone except for these in guard mode.
Ring of steel! Outriders! Mortar!
Hit those.
Your targets! Taking position! Armor melts! By Ulrich's wrath! I am supreme! We are using dark forces against the enemy! Outriders! The Empire endures! Yes! Go! Moving now! The ground quakes!
Might just get the most out of killing them just because then we won't have to deal with their speed in the second battle.
Formation march! By Ulrich's wrath! Outriders! Crossbowmen!
There you go. They've all been broken up into bits, turning this into a really easy fight.
They will never move again. Sigmar hordes!
Forest Goblin Spider Riders are going to come back, that's okay. It won't take them long to rout again.
At speed!
Let's get them out of the way.
Haste gold magic! Outriders! Armed and ready! Sorcery! Sir! Yes, sir! Quickly! Lord of metal! I am master of Shabon. We are Sigmar's heirs. Fallen staff.
Okay, that was simple enough. Just see if we can chop the general down. Well, it's basically a free hit. Because we are going to fight the second battle straight away anyway. These guys are not good at running down generals, but we'll see what happens here. Even if they just soften him up, it'll make the kill a bit easier in the second battle. Could actually send them forward to help out. Because he is getting bogged down nicely here, and if Balthasar Gelt can take away his armour, that might help as well. Ah, he's going to get away. That's okay. So yeah, we did plenty of damage to him, so it'll be a nice easy battle. So, didn't really take many losses here, so we're going to take money because the economy is not great. So let's grab that while we've got the chance.
Step to it.
We got some research available. I always go for this one just to get extra ammo for my missile troops. You'll see why soon enough. Balthasar Gelt, you obviously go for his magic first. You're looking to max out Searing Doom, Gehenna's Golden Hounds, and then you can kind of wait to get Arcane Conduit and Magical Reserve, but you want them eventually. Once you've got these two maxed out though, head down the blue line and then look to get him some kind of mount. Obviously you want Quicksilver eventually, but I do occasionally, because you can get away with the odd wasted point with Balthasar Gelt. I get him a Warhorse just because it's cheap. It's at rank 7, and then you want Lawmaster of the Law of Metal because that makes his magic insanely cheap. So, second battle.
By the comet.
You can definitely auto-resolve that, but I'm still not going to do it. So, this one is a choke point battle. It makes no bloody difference whatsoever because this army is nothing for us to worry about. So just do that, do that, do that, whatever. Them there, Balthasar Gelt there. We don't want to get him wounded. Don't want to risk injury to him at any point because at some point he is going to do some tanking for us.
For the Warhammer.
That's why I wanted to kill that general more than anything else. It had nothing to do with his leadership or anything like that. It's just that projectile spell that he has.
Moving now.
Obviously we're not going to waste our time corner camping against this crap here. There's no risk.
Take the ground.
Let's speed this up a bit. And there you go. Job done. They're gone. 3 losses. There we go. And again, we haven't really taken any losses, so let's just get a little bit of money while we got the chance. That army's now gone.
Very well. I'll move.
Now, here's the thing. The first thing you might be thinking is, we've got Feldorf. This is a 2-settlement province. I'm going to go and get Steingart. That's a trap. Because this, at Carrick-Hearn, has the capacity to become a tier 5. Obviously you'll never get that far unless you're terrible at this game, but taking it out at tier 1 or tier 2 is the absolute optimum. That's what you want to be aiming for. So you're going to go for there first. You go back to here and you recruit yourself some archers. I always get 8 units of archers at that stage, and we'll get him Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Because we're going to do something a bit different. So I see a lot of people, what they do is, for example, they might recruit a general here and have them recruiting archers early on to give to Balthasar Gelt so he can run them up here. I don't do that. Some people recruit a general at Fort Sol to help fight against these guys, whatever they're called. I forget their name. You don't need to do that either. This battle is easy. So we've got a commandment here. We're going to go for growth because obviously we want this place to build up as fast as possible for maximum defenses. So, when we end this turn, we are going to have a battle at Fort Sol. So, here they come. You don't need a general. You don't need to rush Balthasar Gelt round there to help defend it before this part takes place. You just fight them with what you have, because it's more than good enough to deal with this crap. In we go. Okay, so this is how we set up here. Get everyone off the walls. You're not going to be defending from the walls. You put your mortars here.
State troops ready.
You put your crossbowmen here. I tend to have
Crossbows ready, General. Ready
a
for
pair of
war.
control groups, one for left, one for right. And the reason for that is
Spearmen.
I'm going to set up
Like Ulrich strong.
2 sets here. So what I do is I put the spearmen here, some swordsmen here,
Great sword.
and some others behind as backup. Now why am I doing that? We'll do this on both sides. I'll set it up here as well just so you can see it.
Spearmen.
Round about on that line there.
Swordsmen. Ready for war.
And
Captain of the Empire.
with the general, the captain, I tend to just guess where they're going to go. I'm going to go for here. They can go either side. So why do I do it like this? Because it's kind of a weird formation here. Because once we've cleared the initial firing zone, which is going to be here, and they've chosen a side one way or the other, I take my units and I march them round to here. Here. Because they will crowd in on your spearmen, presenting their flank to you. They might crowd up here and attack the swordsmen as well. That's fine. The point is they will be presenting their flank to you, so you can shoot them in the side and you do more damage. So that's why I do that. You just bog them down and use your crossbowmen to wipe them out. It's as simple as that. This battle is not hard. We're going to take that off of fire at will. We're going to put everyone on guard mode. We will start using the mortars against these when they start to come close, but we're not going to rush into that. To be fair, you've got more than enough ammo to get through this fight as well, so you could just leave it on fire at will. I just prefer not to because I'm quite conservative. So I'm going to aim for these because mortars are inaccurate, and this means if they overshoot, they're likely to hit another unit.
For the Warhammer.
If they undershoot, we're screwed, but, you know, here's what it is. Okay, they're climbing the walls. I am going to go now to here, because that's where the archers are going. And that's a nice little blob they're forming up there. Good. So with that, I'm now going to go for there because we're going to have blobs forming there. The general's rushing ahead, which he usually does.
I speak, you act.
So he's going to take the gate and let everyone else in. That's fine, because that's when they're going to start to really blob up in this area here. Not getting many hits there. We're going to switch that over to the archers, see if we get any more luck from there. Okay, they've got the gate, so we're probably not going to switch to the switch to the archers, I should say, because they're about to come in. And obviously we are going to let the crossbowmen just pound the ass off this general as he approaches. Mortars to there. Go for them, and go for them. Taking out the general is not as important as taking out his troops at this stage. And they're big and fat, and you're firing into a blob, so you're getting a lot of kills in here. They've decided to go to our right, so now we know what's going to happen there. Some of them might split off, that happens sometimes, but it's okay. This unit is almost gone because boar boys are just a very big target. Our artillery has stopped firing, so we're going to go for that. Okay, we're going for the blob.
We serve the Emperor.
These guys can hold him out for now. Captain's holding them back.
Now! For the twin-tailed comet!
Okay, we're going to bring these guys round to here.
Quick march!
And we're going to try and shoot into that blob there.
Fire! For the Emperor! Ranging targets! Pick your targets! Show us the foe!
See, we're not having any trouble here whatsoever. These guys are about to get into position.
Service!
There you go.
Crossbowmen! Shoot! Mortar! Track that machine!
And now we're going to aim the mortars into there, and this is now a bloodbath. Anyone gone to this side? So we've got one unit there that's gone over to this side. We will just chase them. Doesn't matter. They'll rout soon enough.
Steady, man!
We send the captain to go and get him. In fact, you know what? We're going to use that on that instead. There goes their little wah burst thing.
Crossbowmen!
And we're going to bring these to here.
Quickly!
Oh, hang on. There's still some guys there.
Shoot!
We'll shoot them. We're not having any trouble here.
The Empire endures!
I'm going to bring them over to there because we don't really need to worry about that flank and just let the mortars terrify them into running away. Looks like we've just hit the army loss penalty on them. And let's just let them shoot out. But yeah, it's an easy battle. There's absolutely no reason to recruit a general or anything else here at this stage. Oh yeah, they're out of range. Okay. Fine. Job done. So, that is your first turn done. We'll take money there because the replenishment doesn't especially matter. Now over here, there's a few ways you can go about this. Personally, I quite like to demolish this because I'm not in a hurry to recruit any of this stuff at this stage, and build walls just because I can get that bit of extra security there. So I'm going to do that. You don't really need to worry too much about being attacked from over here, although these guys might. It's really about when you have greenskin armies coming from around here, or maybe the vampire counts get a bit aggressively territorial and sweep through Averland and Stirland and then decide to attack you at Feldorf. It's better to have the stronger garrison, so I go for that straight away. Now, here we get into the next important part, which is managing your empire, which you can really see up here. You've got prestige, you've got authority, and then here you've got fealty. So what you want to have at any given time is a minimum of 1,000, but ideally at least 2,000 prestige. Obviously that's once you've built some up. The reason for that is that when those little dilemmas come up asking you what you want in terms of things that can annul imperial authority or avoid wars, etc., you want to be able to spend some prestige to avoid a war or get some extra imperial authority. The reason why? There's only one good setting on this 5-stage bar for imperial authority. It gives you +5 tax rate, +3 growth, as you can see, blah blah blah. Everything after that is varying shades of bad. So you always want to have at least +1 authority, so you got absolute. From the second you manage to get there the first time, you just want to stay there. So that means make the right political decisions, win your battles, don't go to war with other elector counts unless you absolutely have to. If you do have to go to war with other elector counts, don't wipe them out, don't sack their capitals, stuff like that. You want to force them to accept peace and then force the Confederation on them later. Obviously, if you've got a big buffer of imperial authority at some point, you can take them out if you absolutely have to, if they just won't accept a Confederation. And the other thing you need to be prepared for. As I mentioned earlier, the vampire counts normally go through Averland and Stirland. That affects your imperial authority, so you're likely to wind up in these very, very fast. You need to be prepared for that. You need to have your armies ready to defend yourself and to win that prestige back through victories and through supporting the other elector counts. So, we're now looking at trying to get ourselves to Carrick here. So you can see they're recruiting. Still tier 1, but it's got a garrison. And they've got some orc boys. They will probably recruit some orc boys because the AI likes to cheat. This army, when that attacks there, it'll be an auto-resolve. That's fine. So we're going to go to the next turn. They didn't attack this time. Ordinarily they will attack Fort Sol a second time. Instead they're going to recruit. It's a bit annoying, but we can still win that. So, 6 troops and they're recruiting more. What do we do? So what I do is I head right up here and fight them in the field. Why do I do that? Because the walls will help them. Mortars are crap against walls, and we want to be able to fight them pretty much with an open field so that we don't have to really do much work when we go for the walls. Ideally, we want it to be an auto-resolve. We're going to build walls ourselves at Feldorf. Expensive, but it's a little bit of extra security. We do have greenskins here and here that need to be dealt with. So, we're going to end this turn. They're going to attack us. They'll probably be given some free troops because the AI likes to help itself out by giving itself recruitment and movement in the same turn. But let's go. There we go. So we've drawn their garrison out. So they've got 2 units of archers. They have several units of orc boys. So they've got 12 units of orc boys and 5 of goblins plus a general. That is a tough battle, but we can win that. Because we've got Balthasar Gelt's magic, we've got mortars, we've got a lot of missile troops, and we've got the outriders to try and lure them around. So let's go into the battle. So, we're going to follow a very similar pattern here. We're going to corner camp, and we're going to checkerboard our archers. The reason why we have so many archers is because, in case you don't know, you're new to legendary difficulty or whatever, melee infantry for the AI gets a boost to their melee attack and melee defense. That means that archers and other missile troops are the way to get around that. So we're going to checkerboard here. And we're going to put spearmen there. And I'll put some swordsmen here. Don't want to be quite that close. I'll put the great swords there. And I'll put Balthasar Gelt there. I don't particularly like having to hang them out to dry like that, but we kind of have to. So, go to here. This army's the one that has archers, so we're going to hold off from fighting them straight away. We're going to use the outriders to harass the reinforcements as they come in. That's the garrison. Back into the corner.
No lingering. Quick march.
Now what's difficult here is trying to divide this army up. It's very, very tricky. And the other thing as well is because they've got orc boys, you really want to hit them more than you do the goblins, because orc boys are better than goblins. So we're going to come round to the side. Once again, they've got a goblin spellcaster general there. Come round to the side and shoot into the sides of this lot. We'll go for this captain unit here.
At speed.
We're going to come round the back of them and try and shoot them in the back. Do as much damage to them as we can.
To battle. Mortar.
Guard mode, with the exception of the outriders. There you go, that's doing very well indeed.
Yes, sir. Formation march.
So these goblins have divided off, that's good. That means they'll be slower getting to the actual battle. Now they're starting to pull back again, that's okay though.
Keeping distance, sir.
Got those orc boys there again, let's shoot into the back of them. Just want to do as much with this ammo as we can. Okay, so they're going forward. These 2 units are hanging back. That's excellent. That's 2 units we're not going to need to deal with in the initial battle. But not at first, anyway. I'm going to go round here. They're moving very slowly, but it's what it is.
Take the ground.
So this captain unit here has been pretty much shredded. It won't take much to rout that.
For the Warhammer! Go!
They always manage to get it through the trees somehow. Isn't that interesting? So we've got a nice big blob there. So I want to get close to that and start shooting into that. It's very hard to miss. Not worried about the general. Got good range on those mortars. Right, while this is going on, I want to start shaping this because we don't want it to be shaped like that. Go like that. That's a traditional corner capped checkerboard, but we have something else going on here.
Outriders! Fire! Fire! Yes, my lord! To battle!
Okay, they're coming back. Good. That's 2 units of Orc Boys. Another 3 units of Orc Boys, 1 unit of Goblins, and the General all going in the wrong direction. I like that. That's good. So one of them started to move back in the correct direction. That's okay, because he's still lagging behind. Or they're still lagging behind. And now our artillery's in the game. Yep, that's a good spot to be aiming for.
The ground quakes!
Just let them do that. I've just got to keep an eye on them.
By my will alone!
Right, now what stage can you start hitting that? Oh, that's good. Okay, they're out of ammo, so let's get them out of there. Oh, no, not you, Gelt, for Christ's sake.
To battle! Moving now!
Move.
Quick march! At speed! Take the ground! Keeping distance, sir!
Right, let them run, and they will keep these units occupied. Right. Balthasar, we need you on the job here.
Armor melts! Missile troops!
So Balthasar's just going to have to take it here at the moment.
Take aim! Take aim! Yes, General! Sir! Yes, my lord! Take aim! I Sigmar's will! Yes, my lord! Mortar! Fire! For Heldenhammer! Feel my fire! I am master of Shamon! Go! Sigmar, guide our fire! We are Sigmar's heirs! Missile infantry! Sigmar, guide our fire! Spearmen! Awaiting orders!
Keep an eye on Gelt. We can't risk getting him wounded.
Formation, march! Haste gold magic! Shamon! Ready to fire! Yes, sir! Find your targets! Shoot! Yes, my lord! Shoot them! For Sigma! Fire! Yes, sir! Balthasar Gelt! They'll never move again. Moving now!
Right, let's get Gelt out of the way.
Water for the Emperor! I am supreme! At speed!
Okay, he is getting attacked by that general, rather too much for my liking. Someone needs to deal with the general, please. There we go.
Sigma guides us!
So we're going to use this to come round and chase down that. And we won.
Missiles ready, my grand!
Right, we'll pull them back.
Take the ground! Yes, my lord! For the Emperor! Sir!
We'll get that. Yep, they're aiming into the right spot.
Sigma calls! Ranged weapons ready!
So we're going to use the Outriders to just chase some guys down. They're gone. We get them down to 8. They must have done that by now. Yep, that's fine. Let's go for these. So they're on 29, so we need to get these down to 8 as well. No, 6. There we go. Yeah, the rest isn't really worth chasing. So, that was easy. Looked impressive, wasn't. The army that we were fighting there wasn't impressive enough to deal with us just because we had so many archers in the army. So we worked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, and the rest are weakened. They will get some replenishment. We're not going to get any replenishment here, so we're going to take the money. They've come past Fort Sol. That happens sometimes. One of the reasons why it's a good idea to have walls at failed off.
Do not waste my potential.
Extra magic. We're gonna get more Searing Doom, and this is why. Because if we had, this is why you want that extra 1,000 of prestige as soon as you can get it, because that would buy us some extra Imperial authority. But we can't do anything, so we're just going to take prestige for now.
Who calls?
So they have stayed outside the settlement. That is good because we can now do that to them. Oh, so their starting position is going to be over there. It's a crap army, so we're just going to do this.
Outriders! Spearmen! By Ulrich's wrath! Fighting
Oh crap, I left those over there. That's fine.
To battle! Outriders! To battle!
By Sigmar's will!
Water! Sigmar guides us!
Balthasar Gelt! At speed! Feel my ire!
Missiles will fly! State troops ready!
Right. Should have set up a defensive line, but that's okay.
We obey! Ready!
Bring them around.
To the Empire!
We'll bring these around too.
Speed!
We will stop the mortars firing that direction.
Your targets! Ready to fire!
Outriders could do with getting back in the game.
Spearman! Take aim position! Yes, my lord! Crossbowman! Moving now!
Bow before me! I am master of Shadow! Armor melts!
Nope, they've insisted upon coming back. That's fine.
Spearman! Sigmar, show us! Swordsman!
By my will alone!
Great swords! Loaded, sir! Yes, General! For Heldenhammer! Shoot! Weapons at the ready!
Ready for war! They'll never move again!
Your command! We obey! Sir! Fire! Conditions acceptable! Yes, my lord! Sigma, preserve us!
Haste goes magic! We are Sigmar's heirs!
The gods are guiding us! Ready! Conditions acceptable! Great swords!
Right, I could have done that a lot better, but we won.
Attack!
He should actually be gone regardless, so...
We serve the Emperor! Fight for France! Crossbows ready, General!
Just want to take out as much of the garrison as we can.
Conditions acceptable!
I am master
Gelt
of
almost
Shadow.
got wounded. Yeah, I was a little bit too aggressive in going after them in this little kill zone here. I should have set up with a normal battle plan in mind. But we got away with it. Just want to kill as many of the garrison troops as I can. I just don't know which ones are garrison and which ones aren't. He should be army rather than garrison. Right, Gelt's gone. Okay, we're done. Because that's their second loss, so they should be wiped out now. We could use replenishment, so we're going to take money. We're going to take. Sorry, we're going to take the leadership buff.
Do not waste my potential. I don't agree. Yes? Ulrich's will!
Right, that's all that's left inside this garrison. Now, I don't want to get Balthasar Gelt wounded by auto-resolving, so we're just going to go like this. Fight it manually. This is the benefit. We don't have to deal with the walls at all. Okay, we took enough losses because I was sloppy there to have made it as though we have attacked the walls, but the lesson for you there is don't be as sloppy as I was in that battle. So, this should be a simple enough job here. We're going to put Balthasar Gelt back all the way to there.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Those to there.
Great swords.
These to here.
Missile infantry. Taking position.
Don't even know where the hell they are.
Understood.
Oh, we actually went down to 2 mortars in the end. That's not good.
Missile troops.
So they're not going to be shooting us. And because of that, I can bring Gelt round to here. And we can just hit them with Searing Doom here. Let's speed this up. So right now, nothing's going to happen because they aren't doing anything. And we have Carrick here. Go. And we're going to just occupy. To be honest, you can loot and occupy, but public order at this stage is a pain in the balls. And there you go. That building that we demolished over here, we've got it straight back because you can get it from here. So,
Do not waste
what do we
my
do here?
potential.
We recruit more archers. And I'm going to say another unit of spearmen, just so we don't have to keep using Balthasar Gelt for tanking. There we go. We're going to start building up Fort Sol. This slot will not be able to win regardless of where they attack, even with Feldorf not having walls yet. But taking Carrick here means that these guys aren't going to show up with any Black Orcs or any of that crap at any point. You've just taken out their chances of getting quality troops. The most you're going to face, Orc boys. So, next turn.
Let us begin.
Now I'm going to say let's come round to here and see if we can just
I
get rid
shall
of
be
these, because
victorious.
I'm annoyed by their presence. Sooner or later, an army is going to come from Migdal Vongel Barak to attack Carrick here. Is what it is. At this stage, you're going to be hitting end turns a lot. It's just back and forth, back and forth. They've run away, good. That means you can start looking at Steingart. Now, Steingart, what do we have here? Nothing special at all. So we're going to attack.
No peace, just
And
war.
it's just the same stuff again. Okay, so we're on the Sigmar meme map. I hate this map, but it's better than it was. So,
Troops, ready!
form up your checkerboard. Get these guys here.
Ready
Balthasar
for
Gelt
war.
here. We only have 3 mortars at the moment because of
For the comet, ready!
my little disaster battle there. Well, it wasn't a disaster. We won, but it was aggravating. I didn't do very well. Put them there.
Swordsman,
Them there.
ready for war!
Them there.
The
And
Empire
them there. Honestly, we
yours.
don't need to worry about much here. Put these over here.
Quick march!
Again, it's another army that looks decent, but it ain't. It really isn't. They got some goblin archers, so we want to lure them around a bit.
At speed! Go! Yes, sir, quickly! Shelia protects us! Moving now! By Gal Maraz!
They're going forward. These guys have been suckered into chasing the Outriders.
Taking position!
Suits us perfectly. We'll loop round there. Just manually control them around until you got the advantage.
Go!
And now we're just going to run to here.
Keeping distance, sir! Quick march! Engage!
Have to watch out for that random bit of terrain that for some reason I didn't want to pass. Oh yeah, because there's a little slope there. Okay.
Formation march! Avoiding combat!
These guys have turned around, and the other guys are a long way back, so we're going to start shooting into the back of these. Our mortars are coming in now. You're going to go for there. Good hits.
Outriders! Powder dry! We serve France! To battle! Go! Loaded, sir!
Bow before me! Armor melted.
Outriders! Now! No lingering!
Feel my fire.
Formation march!
I am supreme! Haste gold!
Great swords! Crossbowmen! Yes, General? Fire!
For Heldenhammer! I am master of Shalom!
Sir! Shoot!
Fallen Star!
Beware of the wizard!
Detachments move! They'll never move again!
For Heldenhammer! Finding range, sir! Yes, my lord! Sigmar calls!
What? Formation, march! Armor melts.
Sigmar, preserve us!
Okay, the swordsman took a beating. That's okay. Don't care about
Spot us
them.
the target! By Ulrich's wrath! Shoot! Shoot them! Launch! Yes, sir! For the Emperor!
Ulrich's wrath on them! Feel my fire! Haste gold magic!
Take targets!
And we get the army loss penalty, and... or is it? Yep. Simple. We're going to just occupy that because you've got to watch out for constantly needing to run back and forth here to defend Feldorf. That's why you got the walls there. It's to deal with rebels more than it is to deal with actual greenskin incursions. So, that's all fine. Now we're going to start working on this.
Ready.
That unit is not worth waiting around
I
for.
am ready.
So we'll get another unit of spearmen. In fact, I'm going to say another 2 units of spearmen. Let's fill it out. You'll frequently get a spellcaster awarded to you at some point, but you can use him for other stuff.
Who calls?
And very often it's a crap one, so you know you need to take that into consideration. Here we're going to go with missile strength because that will boost our archers. So rifled barrels, which is a weird name for it considering it's going to be boosting archers for it. Commandment, we're going to go with growth. Out of those, I mean, you can go with public order. It's tempting to go with public order, actually. I mean, your public order is bad regardless. Okay, so here's what you need to start looking at doing here. Carrick here. You want a general there. This is when you recruit your second general. Not to defend Fort Sol, not to just get some archers at Feldorf. You want a second general here at Karak-Hirn to defend it, so you're not trying to bounce from Steingart to Feldorf to Karak-Hirn. Steingart, Feldorf, Karak-Hirn, over and over again. You want someone here for when that army comes through. So we're going to go with this confident boy here, the Archlector.
Sigmar.
It's a walled settlement, so we literally just want archers. Just shoot the crap out of them as they come in. That's going to put us into minus income once they start to come through. But that's okay. You just got to deal with it at this stage. You might want fewer units than that. We'll see what happens. Notice that I haven't really put anything into Steingart. I've paid very little attention to whether we're going to be building it up or not, because we might lose it at any point. It's just not worth worrying about. Skull Takers have run away. Usually by this stage you've wiped them out, but they decided not to attack Fort Sol. Whatever. Makes no difference. So, Migdal Vongelbarrack. As soon as we've got... No, I'll tell you what, we're almost there. I'm thinking one more turn and then we'll start making the transition there. Note that the von Carsteins have already taken Grenstadt, so you're going to have attrition coming through here. Tough. Just going to have to deal with it. And that's why it's important to have that. Look at the cost involved, though. So I'm going to take 4 of those out, just to be sure. Because again, this is going to be crappy greenskin basic troops. We're going to be facing a lot of goblins, maybe a couple of orc boys, but probably not even that when they come through. I'm much more interested in the fealty of Reichland.
Do not waste my potential.
So we've got to get here in a hurry. We're going to come to here.
Let us begin.
Go into
Very
encamp
well,
stance.
I will do this.
We don't want to aggravate the vampire counts, the von Carsteins there. They've gone into their underway stance. I reckon they will come to Karak-Hirn. That's okay, we're ready for that. We won't go that far, but we will get them another couple of units. So let's see what they've got. Yeah, they've got enough melee infantry to hold stuff out. Okay. We're looking for them to go over there, and then we rush Migdal Vongelbarrack. That's what we want to have happen. We're going to have a rebellion at Feldorf. The garrison there should be just about good enough to hold. They might be tempted to come down to Steingart. If so, we fight them there. We're not going to spend any money on Steingart because we don't really have much money. We need to be moving fast here. And that's why you can't recruit those extra generals early. It's bloody expensive to have extra generals. Okay, so what's happened here is they haven't taken the bait. They've gone back to Migdal Vongelbarrack, and we have rebels to deal with. So I'm actually going to go back and deal with them first. And we've now gone into low funds. We are just going to have to deal with it, I'm afraid. On this, do you know what? We can now get rid of that, I'd say. Nah. Do you know, it was a mistake to get as many of these as I did. Let's see how many we can get away with.
Praise be to
that one,
Sigmar,
and that one,
champion of the faith.
And that, yeah, we had 4 too many, 3 too many.
Sigmarite Arch-Lector.
It's hard to calculate this stuff when you're trying to put together an army to hold multiple positions, but that's okay. We're being affected by the fact that they're raiding us. That's what's pushed our income down, and that's why the calculations went wrong. I didn't factor that in. That's okay. But we've got enough there now that it seems to have deterred them from coming for Carrick Cairn. That's good and bad. We want money because we're not fighting men at the moment. And we're going to do nothing there because I'm not worried about having the fealty of Averland. The reason why is that Averland's not going to exist much longer because the vampires, as you can see, are right on top of them.
I shall be victorious!
Okay. Okay, I see what we've got here. Definitely going to corner camp. Not because their army is so powerful or anything, but because they just have an artillery advantage over us. And we don't want to play into giving them an extra advantage with that kind of range.
The Empire endures! The Empire endures! Spearmen! Great swords!
Lord of Metal!
Balthasar Gelt can go there.
Emperor's might!
They can go there for now.
Poland staff!
I don't want Gelt hidden.
Ready for war!
Well, I do have pistoliers, but I want them to notice. I want the artillery to notice him. So come back to here.
We obey!
Right, let's see what they do, because what I want to do is waste the ammo on this artillery.
Take position!
Even though he's walking, we can do that. There we go. Just let them waste all that mortar ammo. It's minimal cost to us, but it's absolutely crushing for them. You think about the advantage that all those having 3 units of mortars to our 1 gives them, and it's all just going away now. They're losing all of it. And even on foot he can do this. Mortars just aren't accurate enough to be worried about. Easy does it. do believe they're now out of ammo, so we're going to go up to there, because that's basically the heart. And then we're going to run him back fast. Because now we've aggravated them enough to come forward. Just so happens that they're crap, so who cares if they come forward or not. Okay, our angle is not ideal there.
Loaded, sir! Sir!
So we're going to turn in that direction.
Twin-tailed comet!
We're just going to leave the Outriders out of it, to be honest. I don't think we really need them to come in. Oh! Well, we just give them a little bit of magic on the way.
They'll never move again. I am master of Shalom. Taste gold magic.
How's he getting on for kills? He's doing okay. Like I say, the only man in the game who can make metal magic good.
Feel my ire. Armor melts.
Mortar!
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Yes, General! Missile infantry!
They'll never move again.
Through to cannons!
I am supreme.
Lots of archers firing here, so we're going to have to come forward in a second.
I am master of Shalom. Paste gold magic.
Mortar! For the Emperor!
Go!
At your service! Shoot! Find your targets!
By my will alone. Feel my power.
And that'll do. Lost some spearmen, but they are basically in the army specifically to die. Nothing else. replenishment, money replenishment. We need money, so we're taking money.
On march. You
Gelt is now level 7, which means he can have a warhorse, and I want that at this stage, just for that mobility, so that he has the ability to get out of tough spots. We'll auto-resolve that. Ugh. We need the money again, but we're in good shape because of that. So,
yes,
let's rush over. We're going to go for the reduction in attrition, or does he have Lawmaster of Metal yet? No. When does that unlock? 9, so 1 away from that. We're going to reduce attrition because we are going to have to step into vampire territory to get at Migdal von Gulbarak. Leave them there, it's all fine.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
That's making us some money. We're not going to spend on it.
What brings you here to disturb my work?
Oh, what am I doing? I've been playing a This Is Total War campaign. And because of that, I'm used to just turning down all diplomacy. So, this one's a tougher one because they've been recruiting. But we can still win this without bringing anyone else into it. The garrison is better. We got some halberdiers rather than spearmen. Same number of archers, but that is what it is. And we've got some cavs, so we can outpace them. And we can do some hammer and anvil as and when needed. So, let's fight this one. Now, the plus side to this is, while it's a pain in the ass that they've shown up, it'll actually get us some money. So, it's not a terrible thing that they're showing up now. Because we do need money. This is an expensive business being in the Golden Order. And I'm going to put cavalry here, just out of sight.
Send us out.
Over on the far sides, where they'll either lure troops away, or they will be in position for a quick charge. I'll put them behind because they're a bit more valuable.
For Heldenhammer! Great swords!
And then them behind. Them there. Captain there. Everyone's in position. Let's fight. So they have no speed here. That's one thing going to our advantage. It's just a lot of infantry, but it is a lot of infantry that they've got here. But that means we will get a lot of money when we win. I'll say, ordinarily, this faction is dead by now. They will ordinarily attack Fort Sol on the second turn, and you can auto-resolve kill them.
Ready, General! Shields up!
Just trying to get them wherever they blob up the most. So they're going. He's going around there. Okay, he looks like he's going for the cavalry. That's annoying, so I'm going to bring the cavalry round to here, because I don't want the rest of the army to start doing that kind of nonsense. Okay, they're going to start crowding through the gates now. He has left himself wide open, so let's just charge him.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Ah! The Empire endures! Standing down! Mortar! By Ulrich's wrath!
Look at that lovely blob accumulating there. How are they getting along with him? Okay, so they're just about taking him out very, very slowly.
Mortar!
Go for that, you. Go for that area now.
Crossbows ready, General! We obey! Our steeds are restless!
Okay, so we've got some savage orcs coming in here to help their general out. Pull them out.
Warhammer! Mortar! Hit targets! Find your targets! Find your targets! To battle! Crossbowmen! For the Emperor! Take aim! For Heldenhammer! Through to the cannons! For Heldenhammer! By Ulrich's
Okay, we're going to
wrath!
bring these round to here because we need to start shooting into this now.
No! No lingering! Ah! Mortar! Sigmar guides us. Crossbowmen! Ready for war! Ulrich!
Back charge them.
Crossbows ready, General! By Ulrich's wrath! Ready to fire!
Yeah, we'll bring these round to here just to be sure.
For the Warhammer! Ready!
You
for
guys can
war!
start firing anytime you bloody like, you know.
Great swords! ammunition! The Helden Hammer!
Okay, we're going to go for that instead because that firing line isn't great.
It better not be fire! Crossbowmen! Take aim! For the twin-tailed comet! Crossbows ready, General! Halberdiers! Crossbows ready, General! The Empire endures!
Do you know what? We can win that with melee troops over there, I think.
Comet!
Yeah, we're not in any danger, so we're just going to win that with melee. Let's charge these in.
Halberdiers! Attack! Yes, General! For Heldenhammer! Mortar! Ranging target!
Gonna bring those round to there so we get a firing line.
State troops ready! Crossbows ready, General! Halberdiers! For Heldenhammer! Quickly! Sputters the target! By Karl Maras! Crossbowmen! Launch!
Oh, completely forgot I've got cavalry over here.
Marina!
And we're going to drop the artillery into there.
Weapons at the ready! No lingering! Crossbow ready, General! What do you bid? Sigmar calls! Ready! Battle awaits! Get them! We serve the Emperor!
And that looks like the army lost penalty kicking in. And it is. Just shoot them up. Run these down, just because we can. Stop doing that. They're gone. And one more should make sure they're gone. And that was that. Again, the real quality there, barely touched. Look at the amount of damage they did as well. If we had more units of that, that sort of battle becomes an absolute cakewalk. And I'm thinking there might be enough strength left in that army that they will go for another attack next turn, which will let us auto-resolve it. We're taking money there because, oh my god, that's useful.
I am ready. Are you? I am in ascent. I am the Supreme Patriarch. Who calls? Follow me.
Come around to here, and then I'm going to go into ambush stats. They're unlikely to actually do anything other than underway jump to there. We're not spending on there at all. That'll do. Come on, whatever you guys call Blue Vipers. No, Blue Vipers are the ones who were in Lustria. I need to get that non-aggression pact with the Dwarves of Karak here. And there they are. And yes, we do. We do want to intercept that. So our army's weakened, but this is an ideal opportunity to take out a big part of Black Venom's force. We've got Balthasar Gelt with Vanguard deployment and his metal magic and his warhorse, which is why I bought it for him. Look how close he can get. He can just start slapping them around immediately. Meanwhile, over here,
Weapons primed!
mortars.
Missiles ready, my Graf!
It's an underway map. We want to maximize our range here, actually. So I'm going to go to there.
For Heldenhammer!
Just
My
pick
Sigmar's
every other
will!
unit
We are Sigmar's heirs!
and bring them forward.
By Ulrich's wrath! Spearmen!
Get them out of the way so I can see what I'm doing better. This is that.
By Ulrich's wrath!
That.
Our weapons are yours!
That.
Ready for war! The Empire
And that.
endures!
We'll bring these forward as well because we can.
Spearmen! Ready for war!
Let me just spread that out a little bit. Okay.
Mortar!
Yep, that all looks good.
All of metal.
Outriders! Yes, General! For the Emperor! Yes, sir, quickly! For the Heldenhammer!
I am master of Shadow. Armor melts. Go!
And Gelt's already racking up those kills with his Vanguard deployment and his warhorse.
We serve friends! Mortar!
We're not far away from them
Ready
being
for
within
war.
range.
Take position.
Outriders!
Okay, come back to here. God, I hate when they let them get that close and then they pull away.
They'll never move again.
Oh, that's a good one.
Take the ground. To battle. Formation, march.
I'm going to go for that unit there.
Your targets!
At speed. Feel my fire.
Outriders! Withdraw! Engage! Taking position!
Brace up for the Empire!
Water! Through to cannon! Outriders!
Roland, stop! Haste gold magic! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Ready to serve! Outriders! Sir!
Sigmar calls! Charge!
So, another big win. We can easily now move on, or we should be able to.
I am supreme! Feel my ire! Now!
Yes, sir!
And keep moving them forward,
Quick march!
just because these guys will very likely slow some people down.
Hammers ready!
Ulrich's wrath on them!
But that'll do. That was a good battle. Makes us some money. And badly weakens the greenskins there. Of course, it's weakened us a little bit as well because our spearmen took one hell of a beating, but it is what it is. But it was going into ambush stance there that tricked them into coming in. They thought it was safe. It wasn't. We got them. We could really use that replenishment. And we're okay for money at the moment, so let's take the replenishment and the leadership. Skull Takers have gone away again. Like I say, they'd be gone by now normally. That's a fair-sized force that's gone to Carrick here, but as you've seen, these gobos aren't that great. Hockland and Ostland, neither of them are particularly close. Let's go for Ostland. Who cares? Who cares? Do I care? No, I don't.
Let us begin.
Don't care.
I am in ascent.
So that's got us through the vampiric attrition. We're now able to attack Migdal von Gulbarak next turn. This lot, not necessarily easy to fight, but we've got 7 missile units there, missile troop units there, plus 2 in the garrison, 6 units of infantry and a general.
True servant of Sigmar.
So what's
Here
that?
to
7,
serve.
8, plus another 8, 16 versus 16, and we should beat them on quality. Plus we can have the wolves to our advantage. But now, Migdal von Gulbarak is exposed. That's their last settlement. We have the edge now. We're still not going to spend on that. Fort Sol can be improved. What's it? No, we're not spending on that right now. It's not a priority. And look, we got some von Karstein showing up. We're just going to have to deal with that. We can beat them. but we want to get rid of the greenskins first. We can beat the armies that Vlad and Isabella will bring. They have some good monsters, like they'll show up with some Varkheis, but you can shoot those to pieces if you use your archers properly, especially now that we've got extra 10% missile strength. So,
Very well, I will do this.
This, we don't have much of a front line here, but it's okay, especially now that Balthasar Gelt can run around in front as well as the Outriders. Now they've got real problems to deal with when they come against us. Gamble. Artillery.
Crossbows ready, General!
Missile troops.
Conditions acceptable! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Ah, I hate when I do that.
For the comet! Ready! Crossbowmen! Missiles will fly!
So we're going to go to that,
Spearmen!
that,
By Ulrich's wrath!
that. Like I say, these spear troops have taken an absolute
Our
kicking,
weapons are yours!
but we've just got to deal with it.
Restless.
Yes!
We have to protect Balthasar Gelt because he is not in the best shape.
Sigmar's will! For the Warhammer! Our orders?
Now they've got some big uns, okay. And some archers. We want them to blob up as much as possible and then we'll start hitting them with everything we've got. I want ideally to hit maximum magic before we do that. If we can shoot the big uns, that's good.
Sigmar's heirs!
For Heldenhammer! Taking that position!
Bow before me! Quick march!
Do you know what? Because they're moving towards it. No, they're not anymore. Okay.
Go!
Outriders! To battle!
By my will alone! They'll never move again! The Empire endures!
That's a good one. If you catch a good blob with Gehenna's Golden Hounds, it's a solid spell. Right, we're going to come around to there. Try and turn them around.
Feel my fire! Move out!
Sigmar calls! Go!
Balthasar Gelt! March! Haste your magic!
Another solid Gehenna's Golden Hounds.
Outriders!
Lord of Metal! Take the ground!
Right, how's our angle looking? A little bit skew with, so
For Heldenhammer! Missile infantry!
we're going to turn around like that. Gelt needs to move.
For war! I am master of Shamon!
Mediocre. But, oh, that looks like it's going to boost it a little. Well, no, apparently it didn't. Okay.
Armor melts!
Mortar!
Formation, march! I am master of Shabbat. No lingering!
Yes, General. Spearmen. Ready to fire. Yes, General. Ready. Yes, sir. Sigmar call. Launch.
Bow before me!
Sigmar guides us. Fire! We serve the Emperor.
Shabbat!
Ready. Sigmar calls. Outriders.
For Heldenhammer! Armor left. They'll never move again.
Fire! Take aim! Shoot! Miss our troops! Shoot! Sigmar, preserve us!
To battle! Taste gold magic. Formation, march! Feel my fire. Attack! I am master of Shabbat. Sigmar!
Yes, General! Yes, sir! Quickly!
Quick march! Yes! Find the enemy! Take position! Go! They'll never move again!
And there we go. So we lost all of our melee infantry. Now, here comes the big choice. So you've got a few options here that you can follow. You can, well, two options that you can follow. You can either loot and occupy straight away, or you can use this as a sack city to earn money, and you can go into encamp stats outside, so you'll still get replenishment, and that will enable you to also build up your experience. Or you can loot and occupy, yada yada yada. I'm going to go for the sack city option. You notice that I've got 2,000 prestige now because we've done so much damage. Once we've beaten that army at Karak-Hirn, that'll be it for this Black Venom faction as a factor for me, and I can take this settlement anytime I like. So I'm going to sack it.
Moving off.
Good money there.
Do not waste my potential.
We can go into encamp stats. We start getting a little bit of replenishment, and we can recruit. It's going to take us 2 turns to do that, but we do have some stake troops to round out this army. We'll get those.
Yes.
And we want to see what Vlad von Carstein does, but really, this is now, once this is done, that's the end of this faction, and really the end of this guide, because after this is when your war with the vampire counts kind of begins in earnest. I'm going to go for recruitment costs now. Actually, no, we are going to wind up going into vampire territory eventually, so let's do that. then actually no, this is number 9. Sorry, my bad. We're going for Lore Master of the Lore of Metal, because that is great. Here we're going to go with Volley Fire, because that's also useful. Money, we're not in perfect shape financially, but we're not in bad shape. Once this is dealt with, we can send an army round to help to deal with any rebels at Faildorf. So we don't have a problem there. We don't need any kind of upgrades at the moment. But we'll keep making money from sacking Migdal von Gulbarak. Wherever you pronounce that. It's a stupid name. I just want to see if they attack. So the von Karsteins haven't attacked. They're going to eventually. And they're raiding, so we're going to have a rebellion. I'm hoping that Black Venom will attack Karak-Hiran. They didn't. That's fine. Let's see how much money we get for this easy sack that we're about to get. So we're in... Oh, we're in minus 1,700 because we're being raided. Okay. Fealty of Ostermark. Normally, these can be auto-resolved. I don't care about the Fealty of Ostermark. They can go down. So our finances are better than they were.
Very well, I will do this.
We'll fight this manually. I won't make you watch this. So, easy enough, but Balthasar Gelt kept getting hit by that bloody general, because they always go for the ones that have that snotty projection spell. Projectile spell, I should say. So we'll see how much money we made off of that, and then decide whether it's worth sack citying at this stage. Because Gelt is now pretty much ready, and we just want to get the most experience. What we see, it's just barely making up the amount that we're losing. Plus we get that much for sacking. So instead, I am going to occupy, which then puts the onus upon them to attack us. Because they're now getting attrition.
Let us begin.
And Balthasar Gelt can get some real replenishment. So here we're going to start going for that. I'm going to get rid of that unit because it's far too weak now, and I'm going to replace it with another one. We've got the Death Jacks if we need them, and Sigmar's Sons. I don't like to use Regiments of Renown if I can avoid it. Just because it's nice to have them as a reserve. Yes. So we're going to have a rebellion here. We can deal with that. That's fine.
The nation calls.
That's all down to Vladdy Daddy there having a pop. They haven't opted to attack.
Grows,
we just got some money, which is useful.
Your conquest spreads far and wide. Your developing
They're
power
taking attrition.
is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
So crossing through there is always a pain in the ass. So we're going to go to here.
My potential. I am in ascent.
Get that for the extra replenishment. We're not going to spend any money here once again. We've got to go out and deal with that in a sec. I'm hoping this will be the turn when they attack here. Someone had a skill. Oh, it's him. Okay.
Champion of the faith.
Whatever. But we now have a good sum of money. And we're on the brink of wiping out Black Venom. We're not far away from war with the von Karsteins. That's fine. We've just got those rebels to deal with at Feldorf, and then we're basically done with this guide, because at that stage, that's when you're in a position to be able to really start to expand the campaign, because you're past the early game. Okay, so they built some towers, and they got some crappy gobos. Okay, so our square is there. This is actually a very defensible settlement. So what I like to do here is set up some troops like that, with a captain there, or just the general, whoever it is there. Because then what happens is once they get past him, they start to attack these rather than coming forward to where our real strength is. So who's got the best speed? The missile troops have got the speed, of course, so we're going to go with that. We've got a lot of them.
Every threat to the Empire. Soldiers of the Empire.
We're going to put these here
Ready for
and
war.
here.
Crossbows ready, General.
These are the best ones. We want to have the most range on that.
Sigma
I'll put
exalted.
2 units of these here.
Crossbowmen. Ready
Then
to
they can
fire.
spin around and shoot in this direction if we don't have anything coming this way.
The Empire
And
endures.
put 3 here. Again, they can spin around to here and start shooting there if needs be. And then finally, I'm going to have these controlling the towers. Oh, we want to get these off the walls. So these are a reserve. Maybe we should even have... No, we want to have as much of a confined space as we can. So they're going to be a reserve here and here.
Taking aim! Ready to fire! By Ulrich's wrath!
Okay, so they're going to... go like that. I don't think that's going to have very much in the way of firing line. Let's have a look, actually. No. We'll go for those, and we'll go for these. And we'll just run them back as soon as the enemy gets close. So, not going to aim for the towers, of course, because that would be really stupid. So, of course, that's what the AI does, because the AI is really stupid. Go for that. Go for those Goblin archers. They maybe had a little bit in them. It's not really going to do all that much here. It's barely worth the effort, but hey. Small details.
We are ready.
All right, down off the walls. That's close enough.
No lingering.
And what we're going to do then, these 3 that are here,
Yes, General.
we're going to box them up in here, so they can shoot into this firing zone as well, and then these can come round to here. Can you get off the fucking walls, guys, please? Apparently not. They just wanted to hang around for as much as possible. They never really seem to have much of a sense of urgency when it comes down to actually getting out of danger. That's why so many people recommend not going up on the walls at all, and to be honest, I got nothing out of doing that. But don't look like any of our archers died, so bring them around to here. Don't give them too many Commands, they do tend to get confused.
By Ulrich's wrath! Missiles at the ready! Yes, General! Detachments ready! Conditions acceptable!
And you know what? I'm going to bring them to there.
Yes, sir! Quickly!
I'll put him there as like a different feature. In fact, we'll do it this way.
Quick march!
And we'll bring them to there.
Take the ground!
Here we go. General can tank for a bit, he'll be fine. Nothing coming around this way yet, so let's turn these around.
Formation march! By Ulrich's wrath!
Gotta be careful with our ammo, we don't want to spend too much of it on units that are already going. Everyone on guard mode, please.
Loaded, sir! Ranged weapons ready! Our weapons are yours! Missiles will fly! Show us the foe! Shoot! Brace yourselves! We serve the Emperor! Enemy was finding range, sir! Take aim!
Okay, here comes the general. We're going to get the crossbowmen onto him.
Guides us! Awaiting orders! We will kill them all! Crossbowmen!
Okay, do you know what? Don't worry about them. Let's go for that.
For the Emperor! Bring it down! Loaded, sir!
And we're going to go for those archers. General's starting to get a bit fucked up, but he's going to have to tough it out for now. He's only a garrison general, he doesn't... Oh, he's not a garrison general, what am I talking about? But if he dies, he dies. It's not a big deal for us, not at this moment.
Sigma! Guide our fire!
Someone coming around the side here, do you know what? I'm not going to bother shooting them, I'm going to let them hold them out.
Take aim! At speed! They are wavering! Don't give them an inch! By Ulrich's wrath! They will pay! Bring it down! Sigma! Sigma! Preserve us! Get going! Ready to fire!
So they're done. Let's bring those round to here, and then we will attack those archers. General's still alive, he's doing well. Some of our archers are out of ammo, and we still have a unit of gobos there, some gobos there, and some gobbo archers there.
By Ulrich's wrath!
We're going to bring this unit round to tank, I reckon, there,
Loaded, sir!
and then we'll put them there.
Go! Take position! At speed!
General's going.
Ready for war! Quickly!
Their general, that is, not ours.
What do you bid?
Get rid of those archers.
Taking aim! Take aim! We obey! The Empire endures! Weapons at the ready! Enemy with us, brother! Fight!
Bring them round. This general's just been ammo wasting.
Taking aim!
Very cheesy. And what sort of person does that? Shame on the AI.
We will speed! For Heldenhammer!
That unit's done, and there's the army loss penalty. Now, there's nothing really for us to chase anyone down with, so let's just end it there. There you go. That army is effectively gone. We're going to take money for that. They're in force march now. They're an easy take. We should be able to sally out with the garrison backing us.
Champion of the faith.
Let's take that Imperial Authority while we've got the chance. So now we're on to 2 Imperial Authority. So we're in good shape. We've got a spare 1,675.
Warrior of Sigmar.
This should be an auto-resolve. Yep.
Forward.
And Black Venom are done. So, we leave them there for the second.
Let us begin. Yes, that will do.
We immediately walk through. We're heading towards
Step to it.
Steingart in the name of taking out that rebel army. We will
Sigmar
bring
arch
them to
lecter.
there to help with that.
Following Sigmar's path.
Buy him... recruitment, whatever. And what that will mean... Let's start building up Fort Sol, just for the sake of it. What that means is that we'll have both of these armies to come in and deal with that army there. So, we've managed to take out Migdal Vongelbarak. We've taken out Black Venom as a faction now. Let me get a non-aggression pact with those dwarfs, because there's no reason for us to have trouble with
Onward.
them.
And what can the Dawi do for you? Oathbound.
It's not hugely urgent that we consolidate that area.
True king of the air. Oran Smackek.
Is it worth much money? Let's try offering them some cash.
Futile.
Whatever. Have a look through the rest of the diplomacy. Border princes, it'd be nice to have a non-aggression pact with.
stranger.
And they'll give us money for that.
On it!
Don't want a non-aggression pact with Vlad
Sigmar's
because we're going to go to war with him
Surely
soon.
an agreement will be reached.
Never!
Anyway, this is the stuff that you don't really need to see
I will
here. You can
listen,
make your own decisions
My
on this.
time is short. No, sir!
So, Black Venom are gone. We have one full army here, basically full. We have a backup army here in development. We've got a good amount of money. We're a little bit in the red, but taking these out will get us a sizable sum of money because that's going to be near enough a full stack when we fight it. Might even let them besiege Fealdor first because then we'll get the garrison out as well. And that garrison's pretty solid. But that, guys, is how on Legendary difficulty you make a good start as the Vampire Counts. As the Vampire Counts, sorry. As against the Vampire Counts as the Golden Order. The Vampire Counts, the reason why I had them on my mind there, is that they're next on our attack list. Obviously, we're not going to attack other Empire settlements. We're not going to go after any Elector Counts. We're just going to deal with them. That army, I mean, look, it's not that great. He's got some Blood Knights. He's got some Varkais. He's got Emmanuel Posner, the Shadow Wizard that they always get. But look, loads of Direwolves, loads of Fell Bats. You will shoot them to bits with this kind of army. It's not a problem at all. This might need a little bit more work if they've got some artillery, but I've already shown you how you waste the ammo with Balthasar Gelt. From this position, you're up and ready to go. You can fight anyone, and you've got enough Imperial authority to have a buffer. You're pretty safe in the south. The Empire's at your north. The enemy is to the east. Go forth and conquer, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this, please leave a like, maybe subscribe. I do a fair bit of live streaming. I've done a couple of This Is Total War stream series, playing as the Skaven though rather than the Empire. But thank you. I hope you find this helpful.